So yeah, now we're gonna go into our movie, of the week.
Movie of the week.
Plays. And our movie of the week this week is Joker, with Joaquin Phoenix, directed by Todd Phillips.
Joaquin.
Mike, what do you think about this movie?
So honestly, I like it less than when I first saw it. Is everyone leaving?
Yeah, we all leave. It's funny because I cut to you and then I cut back to the whole screen and he's gone.
I not a lot. I don't hate this movie at all. I still really like it. But I do like it less than when I first saw it. I wasn't as impressed with I don't know. I wasn't as impressed with Joaquin Phoenix's performance as I was when I first saw it, and I was so just captivated and like blown away by it. And this time going and watching it, like, it just didn't feel as special. And that just could be because I'm always negative and I always hate everything. But that being said, sorry, it's long-winded, but that being said, I still really, really enjoyed it. But again, just from like a 9 to like an 8.5 or something.
Okay.
It was still very, very good. And I'm not, like I said, I don't not like it. It's a lot more. I don't know. I'm trying to put myself back in that mindset of when I first watched it, and remember like all the shit that the movie got for people were trying to glorify mental health and all that. Like, what a bunch of crap. What a bunch of bullshit.
That movie
like,
got so much
nothing
shit.
was
glorifying violence, and
nothing was glorified in that movie. Like,
no, I didn't want to be Arthur at the end.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I can go crazy and shoot somebody. You're like, no, that guy's life sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's just a crappy movie for 2 hours. Not as in bad, but it's just a look into someone who's suffering. It sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ginty, what do you think about the Joker?
So, I hated it. I did not like this movie. I could not get into it at all.
Now,
I watched it. Yeah. Yeah. Shocking coming from me, isn't it? No. So here's what I'm going to say. The whole mental health aspect of it, I thought was actually very good for this movie. Not as in glorifying, but bringing awareness to mental health. I mean, that was huge with this movie. And I praised them for doing that and showing this is an actual problem and people really need help. Here you go. I get that. The acting was fantastic. Joaquin Phoenix, nothing taken away from him. He's a phenomenal fucking actor in everything I've seen him in, ever. The script was well written. The movie itself, screenplay was really good. I just could not get into the movie. And the reason I couldn't get into it is because of the casting. I love Joaquin Phoenix, but going into this movie, it's being a prequel to the Joker. Casting someone in their late 40s, early 50s to play a young Arthur Fleck, no. Just couldn't do it. For me, it just doesn't work. I want to see a younger person playing this character because that's what it should be, a younger person. Not a middle to late aged adult.
So I will say real quick, not to jump into your light here, but this originally the theory for this movie wasn't supposed to be an origin for the Joker. It was supposed to be looked at like he could be the spark of what the Joker is, because if you I forget which comic book it is where the Joker's the one that shoots Arthur and the hell's his mom's name? Martha. She's
Martha.
Martha.
Yeah.
Why did you say that
name? How could
Shoot,
how could I ever
and,
forget that?
Shoot, that
Why
shoots
did you
Martha
say
and
that name?
Thomas Wayne.
Martha and Thomas Wayne, yeah, Martha
Yeah.
and Thomas Wayne. So there's one universe where the Joker is the guy that shoots him. There's another universe where he started a riot in which they got shot. There's so many. So this was never supposed to be looked at like that. He is the Joker, like he's the actual origin of it. And the way they were trying to present it was like the Joker is like a mantle that someone just kind of takes up and replaces somebody else for it. So, but now with like the sequel coming out, it's kind of like, no, this is the origin of the Joker. And in that regard, I side with you on that. Like, I don't like someone who's in their late 40s, early 50s playing who's supposed to be a teenager at the time, or early 20s, a young man.
Yeah. And again,
More of like the
again,
Killing Joke. More of like the Killing Joke style Joker where and that's kind of, they allude to it, where it's like one bad day can push you over the edge.
Yeah. And like I said before, I'm like not taking anything away from Joaquin Phoenix because his performance was fucking amazing. But my mind throughout this whole movie is like, I can't, and just, this is not who I see as this character. This just doesn't work for me. And even that alone is what wouldn't let me get into and like the movie.
Yeah, man. I think that's a totally. I get it. I get it. That's a totally fair assessment. Look, man. This is one of my favorite movies. Period. It's up there. It's probably in my top 10. I mean, this movie hit me. I don't know. There's only a handful of movies that hit me a certain way where I don't want to be so exaggerative and say it changed my life, but it did something. it did something in here. I saw this movie, but here's the thing. I in no way think that this is Joker who fights Batman, you know?
Yeah.
The clown prince of crime. I don't think that's him. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see going into the movie being like, oh yeah, this is a Joker origin. You watch it and go, what is this? You know, but I watched it like it's this character, Arthur, and this character study, and like you said, the mental health, and just this movie to me is beautiful. What it has to say, the way it's shot. I mean, yeah, I absolutely love this film. But if you think of it like a Joker origin film, the movie's trash. I mean, this is not the Joker. You know, you have that scene where he's the first time he kills somebody and he's in the bathroom and he's doing that dance and everything. I'm like, no, that doesn't to me say Joker. But this is like. That is crazy to me. I want more of this Arthur character who calls himself Joker, and you know, I think the movie's perfect. I do. When I watch it, I don't find anything wrong with it. There's nothing about this film that bothers me. I've seen it so many times.
You know what screws it up for me, and where I was like, I love that analogy and I respect the shit out of it because I see that. The only thing that throws me completely off of it is the fact that they're making another one. And it's a weird space. You know, I have a weird outlook when it comes to movies like that. I just think that them making a sequel almost retcons what the movie was supposed to be saying. And as soon as I left that movie, and I'm pretty sure I actually think when I made the review for that movie on my channel, I called the title of the video, "The Joker's a movie that doesn't need a sequel." And then they greenlit it for a sequel because it did so well. And I think that making a sequel and kind of canonizing it and putting it into this thing where it's like, oh, no, he's the Joker, ruins what that movie was trying to say.
Yeah.
It was trying to say that what you think the Joker is could be anybody. It could be anybody that's down on their luck and has like been beaten up by the world and chewed up and spit out by the system. And You know, this guy, did he go on national television and kill that host? Did he have the relationship with the girl in the apartment? Mm-hmm. Did he kill his mom in the hospital? Mm-hmm. Did he, like, there's so many question marks that are left by the movie that are intentional. The movie's made for you to guess and go, wait a minute,
to have that
did that actually happen? Like, there's the whole, I know there's the duality of, like, when Bruce Wayne's parents are killed, and at the same time he's simultaneously being, like, held up by the people. So it's supposed to say, like, the Joker and Batman were born from the same incident that they couldn't control. So it's, I don't know. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that the movie says that I don't want a sequel to this movie. I don't want Joaquin Phoenix to be in this again. I don't need to see him in more of it. And I think it's like one of those less is more situations where if I see it again, I think it's not going to be as good, and I want it to stay that way. But knowing that there's a sequel ruins it for me a little bit.
A lot of it, not a little. Yeah, I actually want to go back and rewatch it again and try to, like, just make my mind go numb with the whole Joaquin Phoenix aspect.
Take the this is an origin story out of it, and it's a lot better for it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I would hate this film if I had this, like, I mean, even the age difference, you know, when he goes up to Bruce, mm-hmm. he goes to Wayne Manor, and he puts his hand through the fan, he makes a smile with Bruce's face. Like, you're looking at these two, and you're like, this guy's not going to be able to go against this guy when he's in his 20s and 30s. You're going to be in a wheelchair, my man. Like, but that was,
matter of fact,
that was the movie, I feel like, telling me this is not that Joker. And we want you to see that. You know, there's these things that happen that it's like, remember, this is Arthur Fleck. This is not the Joker.
Like, if you take out every sense of, like, any interaction with Bruce or the Waynes or anything, and just keep him an everyman, it works so much better than if you include these things. And I feel like it's proof of that was one of the things that like a studio had control of, and was like, no, we have to, like, put this, like, wrap it into the Batman universe so people will understand that this and this. And it just feels like a creative choice that's like, don't make it like that. Like, you can call it the Joker. We get the visuals. Like, when he dyes he puts the green in his hair, and you're like, oh yeah, shit, now he looks like the Joker. Mm-hmm. Like, leave the this is the Joker's origin story. Leave that the fuck out of it. It's so much better. It works so much better without it. Because, like you said, this guy's not going to fight anybody right now.
Jesus,
he gets his ass kicked the whole movie. There's no way he just becomes some guy who can fight somebody at all. But
I mean, Arthur Fleck himself, that's not the Joker. The way he acts and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are a few moments in this film where I was like, all right, you're kind of feeling like the Joker. Like, when he first puts the makeup on and he's in the elevator and then he comes out and he starts dancing and everything, I'm like, okay, the Joker would do this. This feels like the Joker right now. He's dancing down the staircase. I'm like, okay, you're giving me that flavor. But then, you know, then he'll do something and I'm like, oh, no, it's Arthur Fleck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing about the sequel, I have confidence in it because Joaquin Phoenix doesn't just do movies to do movies. He doesn't. And he and Todd Phillips said that they both were interested in a sequel. And I don't think Joaquin Phoenix he doesn't seem like the type of actor where it's like, oh, but we got to do a sequel because this one made so much money. You got to do it. If he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it. And he said that he read the script and he was very moved by it. And I think you can continue this, like, this idea that it's not the Joker. It's separate thing, but it has those elements of Joker and Batman in it. Like, you have Lady Gaga, who's basically going to be Harley Quinn. But then you can have this Harley Quinn character who isn't Harley Quinn from, you know, the cartoons and comics and movies. It's just this person who kind of has, like, the same name and some of the same attributes, but it's a different character. And then the fact that they're doing this as a musical, everything about it seems weird. but everything about the first one seemed weird. So I think they're going to keep that same flavor and keep it not like this. Arthur Fleck's not going to meet Robert Pattinson's Batman. I'm telling you right now. I mean, obviously, you saw the
hope
Batman.
not. God, I hope
you saw the Batman.
Not.
They have
Please
their
don't.
Joker.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Which can we talk? I don't. They're doing some weird stuff, man. Like I have faith in it, but it's a lot of weird shit.
I just think you should leave the Joker alone. You act like Batman doesn't have this archive of villains that you can be doing. Where's Mr. Freeze? Where's Mr. Freeze?
Get out. What's Arnie doing? I want to see.
Mike,
you know what the dinosaurs
Bring on the Penguin.
Arnold Schwarzenegger back and do Mr. Freeze and do it seriously.
Okay, everyone.
Can act.
Okay, everyone. Chill.
Danny DeVito can still do the Penguin.
Hey, I just read a thing, actually, not about that, but I just read a thing that they really shortchanged. What's his name there? God, why am I forgetting his name? From the Batman Forever and Jesus Christ, this is super embarrassing. Why am I forgetting his name right now? Bat Nipples. From the who played Batman in that movie we're talking about?
Clooney?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a
Nipples.
brain freeze right now. Bat Nipples.
Bat
He
Nipples.
answered the question for me. I knew he was talking about.
Yep. Exactly.
It worked, right? It's not stupid. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it
Yeah, Bat Nipples. Oh, George Clooney.
But no, George Clooney was perfectly. I mean, he is he is
such
Batman.
a
He's
great
forever-
Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne too, man.
He was great, but that movie had
So-
such bad writing that it's almost comically great. How bad that those movies were.
Schumacher should have. It was Joel Schumacher, right? That's the director.
Yeah,
he
it was
should have never got
Schumacher.
his
I don't
hands
know.
on Forever and Batman.
Well,
and Robin.
they
I
could
don't
have
think so.
worked. Tim, they could have worked. It's just
I think you should have kept.
There was-
Tim Burton. Let Tim Burton do his thing. I know it got weird and some weird shit was happening.
But Tim
Let
Burton.
Tim Burton do
knows.
his thing.
He knows what he's
Michael
doing.
Keaton, like
what a strange, what a weird. Has Batman had? I know, and we're way over now. This is just going into extra shit now.
yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
is it weird that like the amount of Batman movies, like the ups and downs that these fucking things have had?
Oh, I mean, you've had the most ridiculous. I mean, you had Adam West Batman, you know.
Yeah.
But then you got Dark Knight with
Up
Christian
the
Bale.
sideways,
Like, how did you?
sideways, like this background here, like climbing it.
Gee Willikers Batman. Like we
Boom,
went from
pow,
that to-
crash to like.
Look, man, I love Batman and Robin. Love that movie. God, it's one of the worst
Yep.
movies ever to be made. But I love that. I grew up with that movie. I
That's
was
like
a
the
little kid when that movie came.
That's like the closest to the actual like comic book cartoon that we grew up with. You know what I mean? Like that's the closest.
It's very much inspired by the Adam West Batman. There's a lot of elements from that in it.
No one else has had Robin in their movies at all, other
Which
than
bothers
those.
me. I want Robin. And a lot of people shit on it. They're
Yes.
Like, oh, you're gonna do
Yes.
Robin? Like it really doesn't make sense. It's no. Yeah, I want Robin.
You can like we want a Michael Keaton, older Michael Keaton with a younger I want a Batman Beyond movie. Like that would be fucking awesome if they do
Terry
it right.
McGinnis.
If they do it right.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what is Return of the Joker? That was the movie, right? Return of the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
If you did a live action version of that, I mean, we could be talking.
And I know they've
Oscars.
been. I know the script of a Killing Joke live action's been going around for decades now.
Yeah,
Or
I mean that's
since
what I
the
thought
comic
the
came
Joker
out.
was gonna be. That's what I thought
yeah,
Joker
that's what I
was
thought it
going
was,
to
too.
be. Killing Joke.
And they
Then
kind
saw
of.
it,
I
I'm
mean,
like,
they kind of go for it. They kind of go for it because there's one point when Joaquin goes, I've had a bad day, and that's kind of how the comic starts.
Oh, hey, look at you. You made it to the end of the video. Well, if you like what you saw, be sure to hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button. Should be over here, I hope. Also, check out some of the other videos we have on the channel right over here. Do it. Click the video. Click the video. Dude,